Welcome back to Inside Africa in Dar es Salaam. The CNN Multi-Choice African Journalist Awards recognize and honor the very best of African journalism. We've seen how Kenya's Joseph Madenge became the African Journalist of the Year, the first ever photographer to win this. But there were many other outstanding winners. Here's the story of the night and a glimpse behind the scenes. This year's CNN Multi-Choice African Journalist Awards were a glitzy affair. Hundreds of journalists and dignitaries from across the continent attended, including Tanzania's President Jakaya Kikwete. He was the guest of honor.
These important attributes remain wanting among the practitioners of this important profession in our respective countries.
The event was a celebration for this year's winners and last year's too.
And the winner is Brit Simangu,
Like Msindisi Fengu, a senior reporter at the Daily Dispatch newspaper in South Africa. Fengu was one of 2 overall winners last year for an investigative report.
It was an honor, a privilege. I think they give journalists that inspiration and motivation. We as African journalists, sometimes we don't get to get that kind of motivation and exposure. I think this is some form of a blessing for us as African journalists.
The winners this year hailed from 10 countries, receiving awards in categories that included culture.
Our first award tonight is culture.
I appreciate everyone who made this award possible.
Economics and business.
To my inner audience, those friends and mentors who have helped me along the way. Thanks.
Health and medical.
I would like to appreciate my wife for putting up with my long spells of absence and late nights.
Thank you to everyone who made this possible for us.
And energy and infrastructure. The topics were as diverse as the continent itself.
To the commercialization of this product, several aches and pains are felt in the cashew sector.
CNN launched the awards in 1995 to champion excellence in African journalism. The event keeps growing.
And we got 1,300 submissions this year. This is a massive amount of stuff being submitted. And the breadth was just phenomenal. And if we have relationships and support local journalists, that just helps us tell African stories better, more authentically, and it's developing an amazing, diverse and rich talent pool in Africa, which will only help us.
I have watched the nations of Africa develop and grow at an extraordinary pace.
The awards are a joint venture between CNN and the South Africa-based satellite television service Multi-Choice Africa.
It is an honor for me to be standing in the midst of some of the most influential people on the continent.
It's actually giving a voice to the voiceless, and there's such important issues which are actually raised through these awards.
Being a woman, nothing is more fun than doing what people said you can't do. Believe in yourself.
As an African journalist, the awards are a big source of pride for me too. And I got to co-host this year's event because of what journalists face every day, breaking news. We share a commitment to developing journalism on... The night before the ceremony, I spoke at a preview dinner alongside my CNN colleague, Aisha Sisay.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, let me just say how fabulous Sony is, and she's such a great addition to CNN's team covering Africa. So you should be proud. You have already achieved a great deal being here.
It seemed like the Nigerian schoolgirls kidnapped by Boko Haram were about to be released. Aisha had to leave Tanzania to cover that story, so I would have to step in.
This is your Bible.
It says the Aisha though.
It says it, but I hand it over to you freely, willingly, with great love.
We will totally miss you.
You will be amazing.
The next night, I got ready for my close-up. And then, showtime. Good evening and welcome to the CNN Multi-Choice African Journalist 2014 award.
Because they're completely pan-African, the awards definitely are the gold standard. As Africa grows, there are of course many other awards, many subject awards, many regional awards. But I'm happy to say that these still hold their own because the standard is extremely high and because they are something of an institution.
For journalist Yandisa Monakali, the other overall winner in 2013, the awards shine a light on journalism, a profession that he believes is not always understood.
It has given me hope, not only me, even people from my community. They have this belief in whatever they want to do or their dreams, that anything is possible. In whatever you do, if you show love and passion for whatever you do or you wish to do in life, it's possible.
From all of us here in Tanzania, good night, Kwaheri. My job for this evening is done. I started off a bit nervous, slowly got into it, got a bit more excited as the crowd also got excited, and I'm happy to have hosted 2014 African Journalist Awards. And the excitement is already building for next year's award ceremony, which will showcase even more talent from across Africa.